Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Rhiannon and today I'm giving you guys my February book haul. I do have 9 books to show you guys today, which is definitely excessive once again. However, 3 of these books were gifted to me, and then I do have a few books from some series. I don't want this video to be too long for you guys, so I am going to wrap up this intro here, and without further ado, let's dive into the books. The first 2 books I'm about to show you were very kindly sent to me from the team over at Harper 360 YA, so a massive thank you to them. But the first book I have is Play the Game by Charlene Allen. This doesn't even have the final cover on it yet, so I have no idea what this book is going to look like. I requested this one because it is a YA murder mystery. You guys know that murder mysteries are some of my favourite books to read, and the snippet just sold me, so I will read you that one quickly. It says, debut author Charlene Allen delivers a captivating and electric YA contemporary mystery about a teen boy trying to keep his best friend's legacy alive while getting swept up in a murder investigation. That's all I need to know about this one, guys. I am very excited to get to it. According to the spine of this one, it says 1st 23, so it might already be out. I might have completely missed it, but it's one that I am very excited to get to, and I'm really glad that it was one that was sent to me. The second book I have to show you is The Cartographers by Amy Zhang. Again, this isn't the final cover, but I do believe that this one is already out. If it is, I'll pop the cover up on screen for you guys. This is one that I didn't actually request, but they did put it in with the other book, so I will try my best to give it a go. It definitely doesn't sound like the type of book I would normally read, but this year I'm definitely trying to step out of my comfort zone so that I can experience some new genres and new stories. Again, I will just read you the little snippet on the back of this one. It says, struggling to balance the expectations of her immigrant mother with her deep ambivalence about her own place in the world, 17-year-old Ocean Wu takes her savings and goes off the grid. A haunting novel about family, friendship, philosophy and love from Amy Zhang, the acclaimed author of Falling into Place. I haven't read anything from this author before. This does sound like it's going to be a very powerful read though, and as I mentioned, even though it's not really a type of book I would read, I feel like this is one that I would enjoy and would get something out of. So once again, a massive thank you to Harper 360 YA for sending me this one. I will probably prioritise Play the Game, but if you guys would like a dedicated reading vlog for both of these books, definitely let me know, because I do get books from Harper 360 YA and then I tend to kind of put them off to the side and forget about them. However, I do want to prioritise them, and I feel like a reading vlog would definitely help me do that. Next up, we have a beast of a book, and this one is Henry VIII, The Heart and the Crown. I recently won this book in a Twitter giveaway, which I honestly can't believe. It is an early copy of this book, as you can probably tell. It doesn't have the final cover on there, but I will pop it up on screen so that you can see what it will look like. As you can probably tell though, in this one we follow Henry VIII and explore all of his life essentially. I don't think I mentioned, but this is a book by Alison Weir, and you guys may know that I started the 6 Tudor Queen series by Alison Weir, I think about 2 years ago now. I'm only up to the second book, but I have fallen in love with Alison Weir's writing. I gave the first book 5 stars, and the way that the second book is going, it's also going to get a 5 stars from me as well. And so when I saw that she had a new book coming out focusing solely on Henry VIII, I of course had to enter the giveaway because I have been fascinated with the Tudor dynasty for as long as I can remember. I loved learning about this time period in school and through my own research as well, and Alison Weir is actually a historian, and so these books do give you the factual historical information whilst not being too dense and heavy. Saying that though, as I mentioned, this book is massive. It is a lovely floppy paperback though, and it's one that I would like to read before it comes out, so it should be on my March TBR. However, that has already gone live, but if I do have time this month to read it, then I definitely will. It doesn't come out until May of 2023 according to the back of this one, so I do still have time to get to it. I could possibly read it over Easter actually. That would definitely be a good time for me because I will have 2 weeks off from work and I can actually sit down and dedicate some time to this. So it is one that I'm planning to read very, very soon, and yeah, I can't believe that I won this one, and I'm so excited to actually get to it. The last paperback book I have to show you guys was definitely an impulse buy for me, and that is The Institute by Stephen King. Now, I do already own an edition of this book, But I recently started collecting the new editions of Stephen King's works where the spines are in this design. I have a couple in my bedroom and they just look amazing together, and so when I saw this edition in Tesco, I think it was £4, maybe £4.50, I just couldn't leave it there. I have also heard that The Institute is a good book to get into Stephen King, and I would definitely love to start off his books this year, so I definitely don't regret buying this one. I'm so excited to have it and I can't wait to sit down and read it. From what I can gather, this book focuses on children that have different gifts, and they are actually abducted from their homes and taken to a secret government facility, possibly to be experimented on. There seems to be no hope of escape for our characters that have of course been abducted. That is until a young boy called Luke teams up with another boy whose telepathy powers are off the scale. Of course, with this being a Stephen King novel, I expect it to be a whole lot darker than that. I expect a lot of different twists and turns, but as I mentioned, it's a very good gateway into Stephen King's works, and it will hopefully give me a taste of what his other books are like and the level of kind of horror in them as well, because you guys know I'm not a horror reader. I get scared very easily, so if this book isn't for me, then maybe I will have to give up on Stephen King, but I'm hoping that I will enjoy this one. The premise does sound like something that is up my street, and when I do read it, I will of course feature my thoughts in either a reading vlog or a wrap-up so that you guys can hear what I think about it. Right, moving on to my hardcover books. Now, the first book I'm going to show you is one of the most beautiful editions ever, and I am so excited to finally own this one because it is the UK and Ireland tour edition of Chain of Thorns by Cassandra Clare. So this is what the front of it looks like. If I show you guys the spine, it does have the name of the book on there, of course, and then on the back we have a different print, but it still has that stunning gold foiling. I will say that this was very expensive. This was around £33, I want to say, plus delivery, so I definitely spent way too much on it. However, I do have the first and second books in these editions. I was lucky enough to see Cassandra Clare on her UK and Ireland book tour last year, where I did buy myself the first two books. Chain of Thorns has just been released though, and of course with that came the stunning tour edition, and I'm really glad actually that there was an option to buy this even though I wasn't attending the tour this year, as I definitely would have been devastated if I missed out on it. I will say for the price, it's not the best because all you get is the standard edition, which looks like this. Not gonna lie, it is beautiful. I already own a copy of this one myself, but the only thing that's special about it is the dust jacket, and so to pay £33 for this I think is a bit of a rip-off. But then again, I'm the fool who bought it, so I guess the publishers know what they're doing here and capitalism has won once again. And then in case any of you are interested, this is what the inside of it looks like. This is another book that I'm so excited to get to. However, I haven't heard the best things, so I definitely am a little bit more apprehensive about it. For those of you who don't know, this is the third and final book in the Last Hours trilogy by Cassandra Clare, in which we follow our main character, Cordelia Carstairs, who is forced to move away from her home to Victorian London because her father has been facing some issues at work and they want to better reintegrate themselves into the Shadowhunter Society in order to keep their close ties. Once there, she meets up with her old childhood friends James and Lucy Herondale, and she gets swept up into a world of glitz and glamour. This of course doesn't last long though. Demons start to attack London, and these demons have actually evolved to be even worse than they were before. They can withstand sunlight now, so they can attack during the day, and they're also almost impossible to kill now as well. As you can imagine, it's up to Cordelia and the rest of her Shadowhunter friends to figure out why these demons are attacking so vigorously and to put an end to it. However, they will have to face some harsh truths about themselves and of course make some really tough decisions. As I mentioned, I loved the first two books. Haven't heard the best thing about this one, but I'm going to read it in March and give you guys my thoughts. I'm honestly in it for the characters, so hopefully they are all going to be okay. They'll have their lovely happy ending, but I'm just not sure. I am also debating on filming a spoiler-filled reading vlog for this one, so if you would like to see that, please do let me know. I feel like I will have a lot to say about this one. I'm currently waiting for the audiobook to become available, however at this point it still isn't, so I might just have to sit down and read this physically, but it is going to be read in March, and yeah, I'm very excited but a little bit apprehensive. Very happy to have this stunning edition now though, and I did also get a link to a Cassandra Clare live stream where she does talk about this book, so I will be watching that one soon, and yeah, hopefully that will just make me even more excited to dive into this one. The next three books I'm going to show you are all part of the same series, which is of course the Falling Kingdom series by Morgan Rhodes. I read the first book in that series in February and just absolutely fell in love with it, and so of course I had to order the rest of the books in this series in order for me to read them all. You can probably tell that I am missing a book though. I have book 3, which is Gathering Darkness, book 5, which is Crystal Storm, and book 6, which is Immortal Rain. Don't worry guys, I have ordered the 4th book as well. It's just taken a little bit longer to get to me, so that one will definitely definitely be in my March book haul. These books are definitely not the easiest to find in hardcover. The 5th and 6th books were relatively easy, however books 3 and 4 took a little bit more time. I actually ended up buying book 3 secondhand. I only paid £4 for this one, which is a steal if you ask me, because the hardcover was only available on Book Depository and it was £30, which if I couldn't have found another edition, maybe I would have had to buy it, but I'm so glad that I looked elsewhere. I found this one on World of Books or Abe Books, I can't quite remember, but it was listed as being in good condition. The only thing that was wrong with it was that it had a sticker on the spine, but as you can see I've managed to pull that off no problem, and it honestly looks as good as new. I managed to buy books 5 and 6 off of Amazon, so they arrived pretty quickly, and yeah, I can't wait to put these all on my shelves together because I feel like they're just gonna look amazing. In case you don't know, this is a YA fantasy series that is often compared to Game of Thrones. It has elemental magic in it, it has warring kingdoms, complex characters, and of course a battle between political and moral duty. In this series we follow our 4 main characters, Cleo, Jonas, Lucia and Magnus, who are all from different countries. Now their world is split up into 3 countries. One of them is flourishing, one of them isn't doing too badly but it's also not doing the best, and then the last country is suffering really badly. One day a group of royals from the flourishing country go to the desolate country, and there a member of the royal family actually kills a wine merchant's son. Now this essentially is a catalyst for a war between the 3 countries, and our 4 main characters are of course caught in the middle of it. And then I'm just going to read you a little sentence from Goodreads because I think this sums it up perfectly. It says, as the rulers of each kingdom grapple for power, the lives of their subjects are brutally transformed, and 4 key players, royals and rebels alike, find their fates forever intertwined. I did give the first book 4 stars. There were definitely things that could have been improved, which I will of course talk more about in my wrap-up. However, I'm so excited to continue on with the rest of the books. I feel like they can only get better, and this is definitely giving me some nostalgic YA fantasy vibes that I haven't really felt in the longest time, and so I'm very happy to have found a new series to kind of binge, I suppose. And I am going to be reading the 2nd book in March as well, so definitely make sure to click the subscribe button so that you can hear my thoughts on it in my weekly reading vlogs and of course my wrap-up as well. And then the last book I have to show you guys today is one that I won't talk about too much because I do have a dedicated unboxing for it, which I will leave linked up above and down below, but that one is God Killer by Hannah Kaner, and this is the beautiful Illumicrate edition with these gorgeous sprayed edges. For this one I am just going to read you the synopsis because I genuinely can't remember what it's about. It says, you are not welcome here, God Killer. Kissen's family were killed by zealots of a fire god. Now she makes a living killing gods and enjoys it. That is, until she finds a god she cannot kill. Skadi, a god of white lies, has somehow bound himself to a young noble, and they are both on the run from unknown assassins. Joined by a disillusioned knight on a secret quest, they must travel to the ruined city of Blenraden, where the last of the wild gods reside, to each beg a favour. Pursued by demons and in the midst of a burgeoning civil war, they will all face a reckoning. Something is rotting at the heart of the kingdom, and only they can be the ones to stop it. This definitely sounds like my type of book. I really am hoping to prioritize it because it is quite a short book as well. It's definitely not the longest. I'm not sure if it is the start of a series or if it's a standalone, but I guess I will find that out once I do read it. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it on BookTube and Bookstagram, and so I feel like it's definitely one that is going to get a high rating from me. I just need to make sure that I don't put it down now and forget about it, so definitely keep me accountable, guys. So there we have it. These are all of the books that I either bought or received in February. I'm aware that it is a big stack. I wouldn't normally want to be hauling this amount of books, but 3 of them were sent to me. 1 was an Illumicrate book and the rest are just books that I'm so excited about, and I just couldn't wait to buy them. If you have made it this far through into the video and would like to let me know that you're still here, please go ahead and comment a rose emoji down below. We have Henry VIII, the Heart and the Crown here, which of course has the Tudor rose on it, and Chain of Thorns does have some roses on the cover, as you can see here. So if you don't have anything in particular that you would like to say but you would like to let me know that you're still here, please go ahead and comment that now. As well as that, please don't forget to click the like button if you liked this video and the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. But that is it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It truly does mean the world to me, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!